There we go. Welcome everybody to hour 7 of Mog Talk 100 NA versus JP rating. Today we're going to do a lot of comparisons on different things of the show. We might have a couple of sound issues we need to work out. Maybe. I don't know. I'm going to test something real quick. All right, hold on. Let me test something. Is that... All right. Let's test you. Yeah, I think it might be Bach, but it's okay. Let's get the intro out of the way, then we'll worry about that here in a second. Guys, okay. Thank you for joining us here. This is, of course, again, the 7th hour of content, really the 8th hour, if you can include the intro to it. We're finally on the last few bits here, and this is one of the ones I really wanted to have because we have 2 amazing guests on here that I am very excited to have. First, we have Bach Choi, who, you know, honestly, you haven't been on the show until like very recently, right?
Yeah, you had me on like a couple months ago with Zeno, and then with Zeno and Arthur's, and after that we did the Astro show.
Yeah, and it's really upsetting that it's took that long to get you on the show, dude.
You never asked me. I thought this guy just didn't really want me on his show or something. I don't know.
Of course I want you on the show, dude.
I'm just kidding.
Okay, so I am gonna let's figure out what's going off that audio real quick. All right, so Bach, do this for me real quick. You see where it says that little mute icon, and there's a little up arrow next to it?
1 second.
Sure.
Yes.
All right, hit that little arrow. Go to audio options.
Yep.
Then it says test computer mic and speakers. And then where it says automatically adjust microphone, unflag that.
Okay.
And see if that makes it a little bit better. Yeah, I think that makes it a little bit better. You have a little bit of wind, but it's like not too bad. Okay. Sorry. Sometimes I should have fixed that before, but I keep forgetting. This is what I get for trying to use new technology here. But the other, of course, guest we have on here is one of our resident experts in the JP field, is what I call you.
Whoa.
Yeah. Well, I mean, to a degree at least. You've come on the show plenty of times, and you've discussed other things besides, you know, JP information, and I figure it's going to be pretty awesome to have you on here to help us kind of get a comparison, a healthy comparison between the 2 environments. Arthas, how you doing, dude?
Yeah, I'm fine.
You fine?
Congrats on the 100. Congrats on the 100.
Thank you.
Something, yeah.
Yeah, man. I think it's going to be... Arthas, you might want to fix your audio too, though. I think it's trying to bounce around too. Did you unflag the auto adjust?
Yeah. I did it. I did it before the show. I heard you talk about it the previous segment.
Okay. I don't know what that is.
It's soft or something.
Yeah, it's like it's going in and out really quick. Bach, do you hear that too?
No.
Maybe I am the issue.
Okay.
Yeah, you're the issue.
Maybe I'm the issue, guys. All right, well, that's all right. I'm going insane. After a while, you know, my mind starts going away. I think this is going to be the longest episode we've ever had before. We did 1 hour less on the last time that we did this for Mog Talk 50, so it's going to be interesting to see where I end up here at the very closing segment. Guys, the main reason I wanted to do this kind of segment, you know, and we've rattled through a handful of topics, Bach, when I was talking to you before. We talked about, you know, toxicity and various other different topics. And, you know, honestly, I feel like that's going to be a good topic to bring into this whole conversation as well. The toxicity JP versus toxicity in NA is I think it's quite different. But then again, we'll find out here after the discussion. But I also want to talk about a couple other things that I think that we can take from both sides here to learn how to be a better player. I mean, we shouldn't just close our minds to just one side of practice, but I don't know. I mean, I think you guys have kind of different opinions in regards to rating, right? Or am I wrong on that?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, probably. I mean, last time we had some disagreements last time, and you know what? It was actually really interesting.
Yeah.
That Arthur's brought up, because I didn't know that about the JP community, and there are a lot of things that he didn't know about the NA community, like the whole with Zervan, how people were just like, they'll disband if they see the sword mechanic, and this concept was completely foreign to him. Like, wait, you guys don't do that?
Yo, since that day, that thing became real, man. The skip saw thing became real, man.
We poisoned the water.
Soul is born that day, you know. Oh my god.
Jesus. And so that means, like, in the end, these like optimal strategies, I guess, become like a thing, even though like it's kind of, you know, mildly toxic. It's not like that toxic, to be honest with you. It's just like, hey, we're trying to do this really hard. This is the method we're doing, and if you can't do the method, then we're not going to do it because we want the easy way out.
Yeah.
It makes sense when you're farming and you're trying to kill things as efficiently as possible that you're going to do something like that. But yeah, it's pretty funny. So Arthas, now people are like, hey, you need to skip SOAR. We're not going to do it.
No, in the JP server, we still do the proper setup. Like even in
Oh.
PF, even in RF, it's still 2 tanks, 2 healer, 4 DPS. It's still the same. Yeah.
Okay. Now I think people, I don't know, I haven't done Zurvan in a while. Bach, have you done any Zurvan groups recently?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, is it still, or have you done it like with, outside of like a group of friends or anything, like just with a random pug?
All the time. All the time.
Tell me your recent experiences with that.
I do more pugs than I run with like my crew or my friends. I do more pugs just
Okay.
because they're more interesting, and I also try to seek out clear parties more than I try to seek out farm parties. But every now and then we get a farm party.
Oh, okay. See, that's actually really awesome because I think that's one of the most enjoyable things about the game is working with pugs and getting into clear parties and stuff because you actually feel like you're building towards something. But Bach, they're saying that your mic might be a little bit low.
Okay. Is it just that am I just too far away from my mic?
I think so. I think it sounds a lot better right there. Yeah. Maybe just like get like right up close to it, right, like right there. And just yeah, there we go. Yeah, I act like I can see Bach, right? Maybe I know what it is. You're holding your phone so far out here, the mic's not picking it up properly. You need to bring the phone up here.
My arm's already kind of like fixed in this comfortable position, so I'm just gonna talk louder.
Okay. Fair enough. All right, so I guess my question over for the JP side of all this, when we talk about people going in and doing clear parties, is that something that people on JP servers really like doing? Or are they like, oh man, I want to go in there and find a clear party? Or is it more like we want people to already know how to clear? I mean, I know there's different ways of looking at it versus, Raid Finder versus Party Finder and everything else. But do you have people who are like addicted to helping other people clear?
Yeah, I mean, there's always people out there that wants to, help people. But more, I mean, I can't speak for every one of them, obviously. Like for myself, I usually, if it benefits me, I usually go. But if it doesn't really benefit me, I will go do something else. But I mean, there's definitely still a lot of people like willing to help friends, especially, farm. I think mainly farm birds. I don't think anybody was like really into collecting all the weapons for them. And like just for farming birds, yeah, definitely a lot of people help because it's difficult to roll with the bird, right? So if you have a friend who is bored, JP always have this one buddy of this princess they want to carry, so that you can have one lesser person to roll against. Yeah, they usually go in and help. Of course, they go into farm party. They usually just go into farm party, and yeah, there's been a lot since the raid crossover raid final. There's been like non-stop bird farming groups out there. So yeah, a lot, pretty lot.
Okay. Bach, you might be kind of familiar with this too. I know you and Zeno for sure love going in and getting clears, right, with people.
Yep. Yeah, we do trap parties all the time. Like we try to look for 0 to 1 chess parties,
Mm-hmm.
and we crash those parties. Try to get the clear, and we move on to the next.
So how many other people are out there like you on? Do you believe like in Party Finder and everything else? Do you think there's a good amount of people out there doing that on the NA servers?
I have no idea, but there must be because there are groups out there. It's like 0 to 1 chest.
Mm-hmm.
Vets please help or something like that. That's actually quite common. So the fact that those are common tells me that they must get some help otherwise. But I honestly don't know. But usually like me and Zeno will do it, and then we'll drag some people along with us, and then we'll have some people watching Zeno stream. They'll snipe it or something, and
Right.
they'll come help too. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, after a while, you guys are just kind of, if you have too many people in there, you guys are kind of just carrying people through it, right?
Yeah, we try to keep it like, maybe 4 of us and 4 of them or something like that.
Okay. I guess that's fair.
Yeah, now I don't know how common that is in the NA community compared to the JP community, just because all of my experiences are kind of like, this is all like anecdotal, right? Like I only know what I've experienced, but I don't know how often people come in to help, to be honest.
Well, I mean, how long if you see a party up and you're like, hey man, I got to get in there before it fills up, or are you like, hey, it's going to stay there for a while, I don't have to worry too much?
No, it's like, oh, guys, get in before it fills up, kind of thing. It's
Okay.
like, yo, there's a healer spot. Take it before someone else does, or something.
Okay, so that would kind of reflect it's a little bit more common than I originally thought. I thought there was only like a good handful of people out there who did that. I mean, I talked to a lot of people like that, but then again, I talked to a lot of people who also get really pissed off if someone that does less DPS than them. And that's kind of a mentality that a lot of people seem to have for some reason, is if they go in there and people do less DPS than them, they're like, these guys suck. Because they're the bar, right?
Right, we
Oh
can
no,
talk
no,
about
we
that
still do
later.
that.
Yeah.
We still do that.
Yeah, okay. Fair enough. I mean,
We're going to that. We're going to that. Yeah.
We're not always well behaved, but we try to be.
fair enough. I mean, are JP players, like, when you join groups like that, are they all kind of comparing? They're like, hey, if anyone's doing less than me, or are they like, they have this kind of proud feeling like, hey, I'm helping out these guys. We're having a great time. I'm the badass motherfucker who's getting these guys through, though. Like, what's the...
Not really. Like we only use, okay. How the JP uses the party finder. I mean, not all JP, obviously.
Mhm.
From what I've seen and what I've experienced is that usually you go in to help people only when they really ask for help, and they usually only ask for help like on Sunday night or Monday or maybe even Saturday. Sometimes you will then start to see like, you know, one chest, or you start to see like 0 chests just for the page. Then of course, yeah, people will go in to help, but usually, you know, these players that if they really want to clear, say, a creator raid for the week, they usually will, like, you know, pretty early on like Tuesday, Wednesday, they will be joining parties to fill already. Like as soon as, I mean, it's the same for NA server, I guess. As soon as the server reset, I mean the lockout reset on Tuesday, you know, people start doing it already. Like, I would say for creators specifically, you don't really get a lot of people asking for help. From your friend list, from Twitter, sometimes people in Twitter actually ask for help. And you know, in the PF, you know, we don't see that much anymore in creator. Like, this is the most peaceful time I ever had in a raid here. Like in Gordius, up till the last week, I will have people asking me for help. You know, there's so many groups that haven't cleared in the PF that, you know, we would, you know, by other friends referral will go and help. But for creator, this I think everybody kind of held. The JPPFs, the parks kind of held their own. And, you know, usually when we go in, like, if you were to get a clear for, you know, this is one thing I noticed about the JP. The JP has 0 expectation when you go into a park. You know, we don't really expect, wow, you know, I joined this group. They say farm party, they say farm for the week, ASAP after reset. 1 to 4 quick farm party. Actually, we don't even use the word quick farm party. It's usually very simple. Turn 1 to turn 4, creator, clear for the week party, you know, weekly clears party. Very rarely, or I would say almost never, you see a group that says, you know, I want, you know, I also play in NA server, so, you know, that I see PFs like the NA one. 1 to 4, no bonus, skip, bad player, I will remove. You know, no this, no that. Super detail, you know, you know, like fast clear, no trolls, good players only, meet expectation, don't be toxic. I'm like, wow, you guys really use that 2 lines of party finder.
Oh yeah,
musty ERP.
You know? Yeah, like for JP is simple. Weekly 1 to 4 clear. You know, that's it. Weekly 1 to 4 clear, free loot,
right.
turn 4 set a loot, something like that. So when we go in with 0 expectation. Yeah. But sorry.
Oh no, I kind of like that about the NA, is that they lay out all the expectations in the PF comment, because I feel like that's what it's for, right?
No, I'm gonna go into it that later. I have a story.
Okay, cool.
I have a story to share.
Go into
later.
it, Arthas. Do it now. Do it. Go into it now.
Really? You want me to do it now?
Yeah, do it now. You only got you got 30 more minutes.
Let me really cover up finish up the JP side. So
okay,
people going at 0 expectation. And I want to talk about your bug. There was very few occasion. I mean, that time I really didn't start streaming a lot of Final Fantasy already. The one time you came in, you saw that 0 DPS healer, right? And
my god!
Holy shit, right? Like, me as a player, I cannot fucking tolerate that. Me as a player, as a streamer, sitting here, I cannot be like, wow, you know, this white mage maybe be a girl with feminine hands, can't do DPS. I can't do that.
Wow,
obviously, right? I'm gonna be like,
holy
you know,
shit, Arthas.
You know, on stream, I'm gonna be like, what the fuck fuck is this guy doing, right? Okay, so 0 okay. Anyway, I don't want to talk about how he can be better, because I think Goka and Keonu kind of touch up very well in terms of how to be a better player on YMH. Okay. So I'll just stop there. So generally, JP just don't really care. When we go to a PF, we don't generally care. We don't really care at all. As long as
other players' performance, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, of course, we have a bare minimum, which is what the PF says, clear for the week. We don't care whether, turn 1 take 90 minutes, turn 2 90 minutes, turn 3 90 minutes, turn 4 minutes. As long as in that lockout, we are able to clear, usually we are okay. Obviously, nobody wants to stay like 4 to 5 hours just for turn 1 to turn 4, But generally, our expectation is kind of 0. Like, we will clear. Wow. We know we will clear. I mean, you cleared already. We are just here for the weekly clear. I mean, that's what statics is for. Like, if you want specific specifications, specific tailor-made, parameters like I want top this, top that. I want healer to do certain things. That's usually a static. But for parks, usually we don't care. Now, recently, because I've done almost everything on the JP already. So recently, every time when Discord people from Gilgamesh, Aether Data Center, like, you want to do turn 1 to turn 4 creator. I'm like, okay. I don't usually do that a lot, but every single time when I'm caught upon, and usually when we just park that 2 to 3 guys, I always have this problem with really weird. I wouldn't say bad, maybe we will go into the bad part later. I will just say weird. I'm sorry, man. This might take a while back. I will let you have a chance.
Okay.
Okay.
I just want to share this experience. It has been with me for a very long time already. Okay. So we joined this. We got this group. Okay. Turn 1 and turn 2, nothing really special except for some people just randomly leave the group because they don't do 0 DPS, and then I don't know. Turn 1 there was this white mage. He just or scholar or something, I don't know. He just randomly left the group. He was doing 0 DPS. We didn't say anything though. But for some reason, after we killed Faust, he left. I mean, I don't even know, man. When we haven't even begin the refurbisher, Just after the Faust, he left. I'm like, wait, what? Did anybody say anything to him? 0 DPS though. I mean, we are in voice chat, like, just like friends to friends. What the fuck is going on? What is this guy doing? But we didn't say anything. And then the guy just left. We don't even know why. Okay, whatever. We get another person in, we clear. And then turn 2 as well, we have a few hiccups. Now, turn 3 though, we get this ninja guy. Okay, now this is a part where I want to talk about the JP, my personal experience. Of course, I don't mean all the NAs. What I experienced from the NA and JP. I don't usually do NA, but every single time I go in, this situation problem happen, right? Like when we go in, right, it's very weird. Like you will notice that even if there's just 1 or 2 parts in the group, the experience is so different. Somebody would expect a safe strategy, turn 3, right? You have to do the 1 to 8 marker, the dive. You know what I mean, right? The limit cut, the dive. So sometimes you guys do put 2 markers, right? 1, 2, 5, 6 to the left.
I think most pugs here are expected to know the 2-point strategy and strategy. That's
exactly right. But now, okay, so we put a marker slightly separated. So one of the person is like, the markers are a little bit separated, but it's okay, it's safe, And then there's this ninja who said that, why do you put the markers so far apart? Why don't we put them nearer together? So, I mean, I didn't know, right? I didn't know, okay, what's the difference between me and Far? Okay, whatever, let's just go with it, right? So Miuni was in the group. Miuni immediately say, if you would put it so close, there's a chance that somebody might just hit the south tower on the second limit card, I didn't know what that means because usually I just do the safe one, just like JP, they do the same. No question asked, we just do whatever the strat is for the park community. So I thought the NA had some sort of understanding. So we use the marker that's literally just beside the boss, when he appeared in the middle, he's so close, So I'm like, okay, whatever. I didn't know what repercussion we're going to get, right? So as we go, and then when we finally get there, I fucking clip the first tower. I fucking clip the south tower with the dive. Then I'm like, oh. So this is why Miuni is warning. So the guy that I just told you the part was to say, yeah, that's why I felt that the initial marker was okay. And then this ninja, both of them are parks, but both of them are NA people, right? This is the thing that really bothers me. Like, why are these people have different perception on things? This is a park. This is not your static. So these guys, I say, I thought the first 2 markers is safer. Why did we do the close one? So this ninja comes in and says something like, dude, it will work if people are not retarded. Okay, So I was like, do you really say that? I mean, okay, before we go into this person yet, I just want to say, okay, so now you guys apparently in your own park experience, you have people who prefer to be not safe. Fine. And then we go back to some position like, the cruise chaser, the boss. Sometimes, your boss will, your tank will, you pull the boss always to the crystal, right? Which is the 12 o'clock, right? And then some people would think that, the spreading position, your 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. Some people would think that it's respective to the crystal. Some people thought that it is respective to the boss. Sometimes the main tank might be off position a bit. Some people think that it should be the 12 o'clock should be always the boss. Some people think that 12 o'clock is always the crystal. Like these minor things, you guys don't have a uniform strat, which is fine. If you talk about it, right? Only until something happens, then somebody will, again, this ninja will not shut the fuck up and then start to cause this scene like, hey, Arthas, you should be going to 9, right? I'm saying, yeah, I'm 9. Oh, that's not 9, that's 11. I said, what the fuck? Because if it's according to the boss, that's 11. If it's according to Crystal, that is 9. I'm like,
oh my god. So people are just like bickering over minor details of the strategy.
Yeah, exactly. So this guy just go on, and then never mind. He also keep causing Azu, which is the main tank during that, always causing him to die because this ninja. Now we are going into this person, okay? I just talk about.
I feel like this segment needs to be just called "This Ninja."
Yeah, I'll try to cover it so that I can shut the fuck up the rest of the show.
Like half hour.
Yeah, okay, I'm really sorry. I'm really sorry.
Baka has the next half hour here. It's okay.
Okay, no, really quick. So this ninja tried to min-max the fight. Okay, he tried to do all the GCDs. Don't get me wrong though, at the end of the day, I just summarize real quick. At the end of the day, his number is pretty good. But what we cannot tolerate is this guy comes into a weekly clear group with my warrior being item level 259. I'm fucking still using a Sophia X. We are just wanting to get the clear, not really like pushing top numbers. And even if he were to do his perfect, I don't think he will get top. But we don't even fucking have an astrologian or machinist anyway. You know what I mean? So this guy tried to do everything, and then he always clips somebody with the mechanics. Like he will get a paddles, kill Azu. He will fail the lapis because he put the paddle in the middle. So this guy died, and then he blamed, like earlier I said, he blamed me for the positioning. Fine, okay, we saw that out. He died to the lapis because of assassinate. Ninja assassinate and dragoons jump. Sometimes shit happen, right? You don't have to say anything. We play the game. We play ninja. We play dragoon. We know that. And then because of, I think, I'm not sure, because of his death, his paddle is in the middle, and then, shit just go haywire with wipe. So this guy, he died to assassinate, which is his fault, because you as a ninja, you should know. And then after he died, because of the wipe, he's like, whoa, it doesn't matter anyway. We still wipe anyway. I'm like, dude, what the fuck mentality is that? Do you really need to add on the second sentence? You already died. You caused the wipe. Nobody is saying anything. Why the fuck do you have you open your big mouth and say, whoa, look, oh, I died. It's fine, guys. No, it's not my problem. You guys wipe anyway. Ha, And then when he died, our group called him out and said, dude, this is just a fun party. You don't have to try so hard. You're not going to get that top pass. And then this guy, instead of addressing the problem, this guy said that, yo, dude, I died once and I still do fucking more DPS than you. I'm still top DPS. I'm like, dude, why do you have to open your fucking mouth? No one gives a shit. If it's your static fight, if it is the past party fight, why do people in the NA, okay, might not be all of you, just people that are experienced, why do you guys have to talk so much?
No, that's a very common.
So Arthas,
now, yes. Now, Azu,
Arthas.
I'm sorry, Azu tells me,
okay.
Yo, Arthas, relax. This is the NA server. I'm like, what? So you telling, oh, this is NA for you. Just accept it, embrace it. Well, you guys okay with this? Like, are you serious? Now, after we finally clear this, now we go back to the PF comment, all right? The PF comment, first sentence, first 2 wording, 2 chess group, okay? After we clear, we only got 1 fucking chess. This ninja just left the instant.
Okay, Arthas, we're good.
Okay, last thing. Do you want a plot twist? Do you want a last point? Do you want a plot twist?
What's the plot twist?
What's the plot twist?
This ninja attended mock talk. Boom!
Who
the fuck go and find out. Okay, I will just leave it.
He attended Mock Talk. He was on Mock Talk.
Yes,
Can we
he
just
attended Mock
say
Talk.
who? Can we just say who it is? Can
Oh
we just
come on!
I?
Oh my
Don't-
God! Did you just like?
No,
Oh
no,
Can we
I'm a
speak
good
to that
guy,
role?
dude. Come on, I'm not a good. I'm
Please?
no! All right, whisper.
Okay, fine,
All right, look.
fine.
So again, we're not here to get angry at people.
Okay,
All right,
okay.
we're not here to throw people under the ground. Onto
Hey,
the
but
ground and kick
go,
it.
I didn't go out of point, right? We are talking about rating and toxic.
Oh,
people, right?
okay.
Okay, no, that's just good. This is good.
Okay.
Just like
All right. So this is we're gonna transfer to Buck. All right, Arthur. All right, Buck. I want you.
is that okay with you, Arthur?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Arthur.
yeah, you go,
Okay.
go, go.
I'm just kidding.
Okay.
But you know what? That goes to show what I said on the last time we were on the show together,
Mhm.
and you tell me if you agree with this statement or not. Okay, but the general mentality of JP players is their biggest fear is to let the group down,
Mhm.
whereas Western players, their biggest fear is the group letting them down.
Mhm.
So,
Yeah, it is, definitely.
This is,
and you know what, that it goes to show, because like one thing I know, I don't know a lot about Japanese culture. You probably are more connected with both NA and Japan, where I don't know a whole lot about JP culture and how that affects, you know, the Final Fantasy servers over there, right?
Mhm.
But
Like, I want to touch on
one
what
thing
you
I
said.
do know-
Actually, I agree. Oh, sorry. Yeah.
Come on, Arthur. You gotta let him finish.
Yeah.
But like basically that it goes to show that like Western culture is more like individualist, where Japanese culture is more group focused. And you see a Japanese player like basically their goal is to just, you know, complete the duty, just like you said. You know, this is, if it's fast, if it's slow, whatever, just complete the duty.
Mhm.
And if you have to carry somebody, you're not gonna like it, you're gonna grumble about it, but like you're still gonna do it. Whereas I find that NA players have a very low tolerance for what they perceive as bad players. And basically, if you want to get something done as an NA player, a lot of players just kind of like, if I don't want to play with bad players, I'm going to find myself a group of good players and only play with them. And, you know, for that reason, like at the end of the day, JP's Pug community is much more successful than NA's. And I think that's because I think a big reason reason that's the case is because I think a lot of NA players, like the good players, keep to themselves, and basically they don't really share their skill with the rest of the community, right? Where sometimes you need the good players to carry the bad, but if those good players aren't playing with the bad players, those bad players will never get clears.
Well, I mean, that's a
one
good
of the
thing, though,
things-
right? I mean, that's kind of the point,
is
right?
it?
Yeah, because you're like, the
maybe.
bad players don't get clears because they're bad, right? That's the whole thing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean, if we would just talk about, you know, because I totally agree. Like, hopefully no JP is listening to this. Like, since I play Final Fantasy since Coil, I can tell you that half of the parts don't deserve to be able to clear said content because they are really bad players. But like, NA are better players. I personally feel that NA are better players. The only difference is I think that JP, because they have no expectation in the park, compared to NA expect everything from the park. Their mentality in the parks, in the static, sometimes they bring it over to the parks. Like, okay, you know, I've been hanging out with really cool people. I've done things with really above, okay, let's not say top tier, above average player. I would expect that at least the park would be, you know, just average. But not just the NA. Like I said, I've seen numbers, like, you know, some of the parks that in the groups that my Gilgamesh group done. The numbers is not really any lower than the JP one. In fact, some of them, as bad as they are still higher than some of the people. Like, dude, even a NA white mage cast for DPS would be a lot better than the JP Park group that have no white mage doing DPS because of the party DPS variation, you know. So, like, when I go to Gilgamesh Park, they clear shit at least 1 minute or half a minute faster than any JP Park group. Because I feel that the NA players are better. The thing is the JP players actually don't, because they don't complain, they don't really care. So they are willing to, like you say, you know, carry these people for the clear. But the NA is like, dude, if you're bad, I'm not even gonna pay so much attention to you. You know, fuck you. You know.
Okay, so I wanna elaborate on this a little bit. So this is a problem that I have with the mentality as well, with a lot of players that seem, I guess, from the NA community, is that they can only play content if it's in a perfect situation. They don't like doing it if it's in a bad situation. If you have a bad player, if you have a person who's playing a paladin, if you have a person playing a monk, you have this, I don't want this. Why would I do it? It means nothing to me. And so a lot of people have this kind of mentality that unless if they're going out there and getting a high parse, then there's no point to do the content.
Yeah, and you know what? I find it interesting is like before when I used to play this game is like where people weren't really driven to perform that well like in this game. Like people they just kind of wanted to coast by on their current skill level, so people didn't really work to play better, or, to get better. Whereas correct me if I'm wrong, but like JP players, they try to carry their own weight. But now what I find that while people are performing better, like in NA, I find that the thing that drives them is FF logs, is increasing, getting a better percentile, getting a better this and that, and just kind of like proving to a bunch of nerds I'll never meet how good I am at this game, right?
True. Yeah. No. A lot of people think that way, and I think that's kind of a. I guess if that's how you enjoy the game, that's how you enjoy the game. But I don't think that's a good way to look at it if you want to go out there and do content.
Neither do I, because sometimes like I'll even watch my friends' streams and like I'll even call them out on this, but it's like they're having a bad run, or maybe they died or something, and after they died, they don't try to win anymore. They don't try to recover. They just want that. They want that run to end, so they have a shot at beating the personal best.
Yeah,
and I think that is so.
Yeah, that's something
so
I noticed.
Counterintuitive, because if your goal is to clear for the week, then why recover? Why aren't you trying to recover that situation?
Exactly right. Exactly right.
So
yeah,
I do want to go into another comparison here that's outside of rating. I want to go into Solo Queue Feast, and it seems weird. You're like, why are you bringing up Solo Queue Feast, right? It doesn't make sense. But you can't communicate with the other people in your group. That's one thing, right? And so you're on like an even ground. Technically, you should be on an even ground between two different teams. And so you sometimes are not able to control what the other people in your party are doing. So in order for you to win, you have to do everything in your power to play well and support the people on your team. And if you don't, then you could easily lose. If you're not doing things that support your team members, you're not going to win that match. And that mentality is completely lacking in the PvE side of it, because they don't think about other people in the party, right?
I mean, part of the reason is because creator is too easy. So,
well, I mean, like even in that situation, I mean, when you're thinking about a party, you're not thinking about how can I get this group through. You're thinking about how can I go through and be like super powerful. I feel like we're kind of like saying this a lot, but like I've just noticed that while doing PvP, it seems in that situation you're always trying to find a way to you will lose. Like in PvE, you won't lose if you're not supporting some of the other people. You can still probably clear it. But in PvP, you will lose if you're not going out there and you're doing everything you can to support your team and yourself to get that clear. When the clear is the beat the other team, right? Bach, do I sound crazy there?
No, you don't sound crazy at all. You're completely right.
Okay. I don't know. It's just a thought I had while we're having this conversation. And I feel like if more people, I don't know, went out there and went with that mindset of how can I, like the group is the challenge. That to me, that's fun. I'm like, I'm going through this, and now I know what the fight is. That's predictable. I know everything about it. Who cares? All right, but I don't know this group.
The group is part of the challenge. That's exactly why I do clear parties and stuff. Is the group is the challenge? It's like, all right, can we? I get a satisfaction out of this. Like, okay, if I was a weaker player, this group might not have cleared, but that's satisfying to me, right? Is getting the clear and knowing that you played such a huge part in these people being able to get their clear and stuff. But
okay.
I have a question.
You will get a satisfaction regardless. Like if you were to help, like sometimes you have a friend, cute in real life, you want to help, 0 DPS, white mage, you do it, and then yo, that's pretty good. I think she benefit. I benefit as well. So that's fine. But good or bad players, I feel when you join a PF. I think it's the expectation level that number one, expectation level. Number two, just shut the fuck up. Don't say too much.
Totally. You know what else is like?
You will affect
one thing that's kind of in general, like video games aside, like Western culture, people are just more blunt. They're just more blunt and direct to each other. Yeah. Whereas in Japanese culture, being blunt and direct could be considered like very rude. So as a result,
Yeah.
they're more subtle and reserved. You know,
Yeah, true.
they'll bite their tongue where you know, people at NA, they can't shut the fuck up. It's like, oh, you know, this guy's fucking up. This guy's fucking up. Like I had a ninja yesterday who made the most mistakes, and then like,
Oh, shit, is it the same ninja?
you know, I don't know, maybe something with ninjas, but
No wonder you
was
want to
all
know
like-
the name.
oh, he was
Dude,
like,
now I know why you want to know the name.
oh yeah, no, he was making the most mistakes, and then he was like, we were clearing just fine until you guys arrived. I'm like, are you fucking serious? You died like
Exactly,
3
right?
times. You died to
God.
everything.
Can't stand this.
Okay,
You know,
But-
hold on. Bach, you said you had a question, right?
Well, yeah, I mean, the one thing that really interests me, or one thing I'm curious about is like, what would you consider is like, what's toxicity like and elitism like in on JP servers? Does it exist the same way it does in NA servers?
yeah. If elitism, if I pronounce that right, happens, yeah, it's almost the same. Like mainly we really, I'm not sure whether it's called being too harsh. Mainly, the most I've seen up to now is Gordius, because the Gordius DPS check is really high. So when you go into a raid, JP also uses passes, and that fight is really demanding a lot in the opening weeks. So
Yes.
there's only so much a DPS can pull out from your ass, you know, whatever gear you have during progression. Then the leader sometimes would look at the healer and say, dude, you know what? You need to do a little more DPS. You know, sometimes you see 200 DPS healer where you should be doing like, I think the phase 1, Scholar can easily pull like 800, 1000. You should be doing more. You shouldn't be doing just 200. And then usually they would, you know, tell you to leave. Some of them will take it okay. Some of them think that, yeah, that's constructive. That's true. I'm holding the team back.
Okay.
They usually
So
will
they
just
do
leave.
judge each other based on their DPS. Just like
Yeah, sometimes. And also sometimes when we see people keep dying, we will be like, you know what? We won't go NA. This is what the NA version will be. Yo, dude, why the fuck do you keep dying in the puddle? Don't you know how to get the fuck out of the puddle? NA version, right? JP version would be, you know what? I realize that you keep dying a lot. Is it because this fight is demanding too much? Is it okay? Do you need
that would piss me off even more than
somebody else? You know, this is different.
Let's
But-
do that now, Bach. Every single time you get into a group, it's just make sure
Is this
you.
fight too complicated for you?
Yeah.
Are you having a hard time here?
That's even worse.
And you know what's the
Very
funny thing?
condescending.
Exactly, right? And for me, I feel the same. I think that's a bit worse. Why? I mean, I'm not a JP, and I play a lot of MMO with the NA community. So I'm like, dude, why don't you just tell the guy that you are not good at? Okay, of course, don't go full on ham on him. Like,
Listen,
what?
fucker.
Yeah.
Not like that,
You know
right?
what?
No, no.
you know what? For the benefit of 7 of us, maybe we should find another person. Maybe you
Oh,
can
yeah.
you know, learn something like that. But they don't do that, and I feel that this is not harsh enough. And you know what's funny? Some people take it in an okay way. Some people be like, oh, I'm so really sorry, man. I wasn't doing my best. I'm really sorry. And then some people will be like, but I thought I did okay. You know, I almost got to, you know, some JP also get super defensive. I got 1% do, you know, I get the 1% wipe yesterday doing what I did. So yeah, sometimes things happen. And then they forums and, you know, the 2CH.
Right,
you know,
right.
about that person. And then those person that you would know, because in parts you will always see the same leader, the same. Back then during the World PF only, you will still see the same people making parts. So you'll be like, when you go to Nichan and you read all these false information, you'll be like, I thought this guy was pretty cool. Why is this guy saying that this leader is a piece of shit for being elite? You know, I'm like, no. So JP sometimes also, you know, take it either the wrong way or they, yeah,
Because
maybe.
somebody kicked them out of the group for not performing.
Yeah,
So
some
they'll-
JP
okay.
will also be like
Okay.
that and shit talk as well. Yeah.
All right. So we got like 8 minutes left here on the show. It has flown by.
Just tell Zeno to wait another 10. Extend with that. Yo, Zeno, wait, please.
Oh my god. But no, this is another one of those episodes, just like the last segment. Like I feel like we need to get to this point to where like almost actually a lot of these segments that we had today, we need to actually have
One and a
the
half.
full shows.
Full episodes, yeah.
Full
oh, hell yeah.
episodes.
Yeah.
Dude,
Yeah, a lot of
if you get me and Arthur's on a show together, you're gonna have to like budget like an extra hour or something.
I'm okay. See, the thing is, like, what I could do is I could just do the same thing you do, Bach. I'll just get like a picture right here of me, or just like a picture like this, and I'll just sit here like this the entire time.
okay or something.
I'll just
Come
walk
back
up. I'll do whatever. I'll come back. You guys are still talking about the conversation. I don't have to run the show anymore. You guys are just doing it for me. But yeah, you guys are absolutely amazing. But let's hit a couple of these viewer questions real quick. Try to shoot through them as quickly as we can. Snarter's question for Arthas: who's the best? Okay, this isn't related. Who's the best near waifu?
Oh shit. 2B.
Okay. I have not played that game yet.
Oh, you should, man. You should. This is really, 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 really good game.
Okay.
Story-wise.
I heard it was good actually, but
oh,
all I can see is like I see a pretty much naked lady with their butt sticking out. That's all I see for that. I didn't really see.
Are you sure you got the right game?
Is that a different game? Is that like Automata or something? I don't know. I don't know what it is. Masashira Mashi, question for Bach: are you still going to play Astro when it's nerfed to the dirt?
If it's nerfed, which I don't think it will be, I think we're gonna be in Astrolog's hell for a long time. That's just my prediction. But I'm kind of what people would call a tier whore. I will play whatever I think is the best. So if that's not Astro, I will play not Astro. If it is Astro, I will play Astro.
Fair enough. C. Hovik, I don't know if you guys are familiar with hockey. Do you guys play hockey or know hockey? Watch hockey?
Oh, I do.
When will the Bruins win? Or I think it's Bruins. Is that right? Win the Stanley Cup?
When?
Yeah.
Not for a while.
Okay. Easy question. Snar's question for Arthas. How many pairs of pants did you ruin during Resident Evil 7 VR?
Oh shit, man! Your VR, playing that game in VR, not just that game. I think in VR in general, wow, it kind of blow my mind. I don't expect VR to be like this. I mean, I don't really go to demos and shit. I don't even watch 3D movies, right? So when I initially tried out VR, I'm just like thinking it's just a 2D screen plastered on my face. That's all I thought. When I wear that thing though, wow, it is so real. I'm very excited about it. At the same time, it's so fucking scary, man. I can't. Definitely the scariest game I play. If you have a chance, if you guys have the chance to try out VR, any one of you, give it a go. A lot of people keep laughing at me, saying that why are you stuck at one room for so long, blah blah blah. Dude, I say this again. This shit is real life, okay? When you get to use that shit and play games, horror games especially, you will know what I mean. Before that, don't call me out, man. That thing is something else. Really, really good. Again, though, if you guys have the chance, give it a go. Really, really, really good.
Okay.
Really, really.
Milikova, question for Arthas. Will you ever join an NA World Progression group?
Actually, I wanted. I wanted. I actually for creator this time. I have a Cactual group. My friend, they initially was joking about, you want to come ready? I'm like, yeah, okay. I actually schedule. It doesn't conflict because my NA rate, my JP rate only rate 8 p.m. to 12 midnight, So during the daytime, which is the NA peak time, I told them that I have time, but they didn't. I think they didn't buy the idea, or they didn't thought that I'm into it. Maybe I'm just being jovial. So I'm totally okay with it. That's the NA because I personally back to talking about NA JP. I personally think that NA statics are more efficient. The way you guys build the strat, the way you guys try to push something, I think. Dude, all the JP static that I'm in, whenever there's a DPS check, we will always be, whenever something needs DPS check, my JP static always is 1 week behind because we need gears. And our leader usually give up easy because our leader don't like to put on so much stress, like limit to say, you know what, guys? Maybe we should push more numbers. Maybe we should do this over here. Maybe we should use that opening over there. Our JP static leader usually, you know what, guys? It seems like it's impossible this week. Let's get some gear next week.
Wow, really?
So until the point where they give up, maybe Thursday, Friday, they'll just give up the whole weekend. Say, you know what, guys? Let's go crafting, earn some money, get some material. Next week, we'll get gear ready to go. I
think it's like in NA, like everyone's so like flogs motivated that they're just like, oh yeah, if you do it like this, I could get 2 more GCDs and like everyone kind of tries to accommodate each other, and that's good. It's really good for strategy. That's good.
Yes, it's really good. Like even sometimes when I raid with people, they will be like, yo, when are you using this? Yo, can you give me that? I'm like, yo, that's really good. And that, like I said earlier, right? Even the parks. Not full parts, like maybe we get a few parts in, just a little communication like that, just a little bit of tuning like that. I start seeing the NA part clear like 1 minute faster, like, whoa, I told you this guy. I told you guys this a joke before, right? When I was doing with Rinjan, they didn't tell me about which communion paddles I'm doing. You know, I'm like, do which paddle? Am I going to left or right? So Hans told me that paddles. What paddles? I'm like, fuck you, man. Get the fuck out of here. There's really no paddles. I'm like, holy shit, man. I never seen 7 months training. I've never seen on a JP group that we don't do any paddles. That was the first time I was really impressed. I'm like, wow, the NA really push. Really push. I really like it.
Okay, we got a couple of questions left here. I'm going to try to get through them as quickly as I can. Question for Bach. Moondasher, another question. Will you help me level my Astro on Sarkatanis?
What? No.
Done. Denied. Okay. Somebody wants you to help him level our Astro. What can I say, dude? Snarters has a question. Do JP players use RP macros?
Macros?
Like role-playing macros?
I mean, maybe I don't
like
have
I
any
bring down the
that should have, I think.
I don't know, like the light of justice with my circle of scorn or something like that.
Sometimes they will be like, eye for eye, you know, eye for eye for you. Well, okay. I mean, they some of them have macros, some of them have macros. Some of them have Isuna macros, some of them have race macros, but not like, whoa, by the power of light, you shall race now. You know, no, you don't have. I haven't seen personally. You know, like your fucking Goku power boost. You know, no.
Last questions for Bach here from Raging Knight. Bach, are you single?
What the hell? That's pretty personal, man. What the hell are up with your questions today?
I don't know. They just have questions for you, dude. Like they were asking you where your camo is, baby. That's what they said, and I didn't.
It's right
didn't
there
ask
on my
it.
phone.
Yeah. I don't know, man. Maybe you're just a charmer, dude. Maybe you're just a charmer. But yeah, to close out this segment, guys, I really appreciate you coming on.
Yo, I'm really sorry, man. I'm really sorry, man. I take so much time on personal, man.
You know,
it's all good, man.
Yo, we need a show for this, okay? Part 2, we need a show for this.
We'll have a real show, yeah. We'll have a segment for it, and we'll bring both you guys on there. And you know what? We'll do just multiple episodes with you guys on with different topics, and it could be about, we can call one this ninja, we can call one this paladin, one this monk, you know, whatever you guys want to do. This white mage. We'll just make it work. But we'll I think we can have some really good shows here. Bach, I really appreciate you coming on. I know you've only been on for like, this is the 3rd time you've been on, but I'm always thinking about you, man.
Oh, thanks, man. I'm always thinking about you too.
Oh, man. I really appreciate it. Like, seriously, you're like a super... So sometimes you find like certain people to come on the show and they're just like super intelligent and you're like, I just need you on every single show to talk about every single topic. You are pretty much one of those people, Bach.
Wow.
Yeah, and I mean that. I really do from the bottom of my heart, dude.
Yeah. Wow, that's a pretty big compliment. Thank you.
Of course.
Your show too.
Arthas, dude, of course I love having you on the show. You're always ridiculously entertaining and insane. And I think we have more highlights of you raging out than anything else. You kind of go up there in the same level Zeno does.
Sorry if I tinted the show, man. Oh my god, I feel so bad sometimes. I tell myself, you know what? This is not LBR. Let's just find a new me and be like,
You're right, this is actually a good show.
I'm really sorry, man. Sometimes I have issues, man. Sometimes I just can't control myself. I'm sorry, man. Feels so bad, man. Feels bad, man.
It's okay.
Seriously though, I mean, seriously, guys, be better to one another. It would help the community a lot better. Like I always say this, even in Overwatch, sometimes if a player is bad, all right, even if you yell at him, even if you say something extra in /P, the person wouldn't suddenly gain, say, 10% accuracy and start fragging people, you know, in the Overwatch. That person is not going to suddenly mash his button 10 times faster and get top DPS. Sometimes just make do with what you have. Say enough, don't say too much. You know, sometimes, maybe for me, coming from a JP side, I can't take it. But I'm pretty sure a lot of the NAs couldn't take some players that kind of say too much. Sometimes, yeah, keep some things to yourself. Little things like this can make the community a lot better. Not my problem though. Why the fuck did I care? Fuck.
At the same time, on the flip side of that, if you find yourself getting yelled at a lot in pugs, maybe you're doing something wrong. Because if you get chewed out for your DPS pug. Your DPS probably sucks. So
I like Bach. I like Bach.
So
I like Bach.
Two sides to that too. Yeah.
Yeah, I like how Bak Choi likes to go on the other side because it's true. But yeah. For me, it's the middle ground. Like,
oh, totally.
If the person did enough, slightly okay, cut him a slack. He's not going to suddenly become your level. But dude, if he's doing 0 DPS white mage, even if you are a JP, I don't give a shit, man. You go seriously, man. Please watch the Kyonu and the Goka segment, please. That's a really good one.
Okay.
But yo, agree, Bak Choy. Yeah. I like Bak Choy.
All right, Arthur, I'm going to cut you off. I'm going to end the show. We're in the show, Arthur. It's ending time. It's closing time, dude.
Zero can win! Zero can
Yo,
win!
congratulations on your 100th episode, dude.
Man, thank you very much, man. I'm pretty excited for it. I can't wait to do this again next year when I'm just going to bring some cocaine or something with me and just, I'll do the entire show. I'll be able to do 24 hours that time. But guys, thank you again for coming on the show. We're going to go ahead and say our byes for this segment. So do your waving right now, Bach. Do your waving.
Yeah, I'm waving.
Okay.
He's always waving.
Always waving.